Legends tag action ahead. A match with two equally successful teams. Paul Diamond and Pat Tanaka, Bad Company, have returned and face Stan Lane and Bobby Eaton, the Midnight Express, next. The following tag team contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 465 pounds, the team of Paul Diamond and Pat Tanaka, Bad Company.
All right, Wally, hit me. How long's it been since we've seen Bad Company around here?
It was about a year ago on Rage when they wrestled the men from Luchon. That's a mighty long time to be out of the loop, and even longer in the hunt for tag team gold. Needless to say, Bad Company has fallen way the heck down the ladder, so win early. Win often will be the order of the day if Bad Company expects to make any forward progress.
At a combined weight of 486 pounds, Sweet Stan Lane and beautiful Bobby Eaton, the Midnight Express. And so after a year away, facing the Midnight Express, another team we don't see all the time, but Stan Lane and Bobby Eaton have been doing well for themselves. With Diamond and Tanaka gone so long, I can't gauge how good they're doing. So I gotta go with the Midnight probably winning this match.
Well, whatever they do, they're going to have to do it for themselves. They are without the services of James E. Cornette this evening, so we can expect a milder degree of dishonesty. Alright, it'll be Paul Diamond starting off for Bad Company and Sweet Stan Lane for the Midnight Express. Here we go. Willie Johnson rings the bell. Stan Lane charges. Lou Thesz press a set of hard right hands to the head of Paul Diamond and going for an immediate pin. One. But that trick never works, as Rocky the Squirrel once said. Paul Diamond back up to his feet, swings and misses with a right. They lock it up. They tussle. Stan Lane shoved back. Paul Diamond rounds him up over the shoulder. Snake eyes across the top turnbuckle. Lane rounded up again by Diamond. Quick counter from Stan Lane. An even quicker counter from Paul Diamond and an arm drag from Stan Lane. Going to be a lot of counters in this match. There's another one from Paul Diamond. Another one, a hip toss from Stan Lane. Followed up with a fist drop. Paul Diamond laid out center ring. Head scissor catch and knocks to the noggin from Sweet Stan Lane. Diamond ducks Lane here. Just nailed him with a pretty good drop kick. Didn't make full contact, but it connected enough. There's a nice uppercut. Paul Diamond takes Lane down to the canvas, gathers him back up again, clubbing overhand right to the top of the dome. And here comes Pat Tanaka. One of my favorites from Bad Company, Pat Tanaka. And Tanaka catches a right from Stan Lane, winds up in the corner. Lane whips him back in, rebounds off the ropes, and slams his face right into the canvas. Okay. Stan Lane countered by Tanaka. Tanaka sets him up. Ooh! Nasty way to deliver a set of knees to the back. Wow, Pat Tanaka doing a little bit of showing off here. Stan Lane counters him, an elbow to the face. Ooh, a nice chop from Tanaka. Whips Stan Lane into the corner. Turns him around to face him. Gets him up on the middle rope and what a DDT. Tornado DDT from Pat Tanaka. Stan Lane counters with an elbow, a shot to the midsection. Takes Tanaka down center ring into an armbar. Well, pretty good match so far. A whole lot of back and forth. Tanaka, a nice wraparound DDT to Sweet Stan Lane. Bobby Eaton has yet to even get tagged in once. Well, Stan Lane counters Tanaka. Gets himself back inside the ring. Shoved down by Pat Tanaka. Rounded back up again. Stan Lane counters with a jawjacker, backs off Tanaka. Tanaka counters with a headbutt. Wow. Stan Lane with a neckbreaker. to Pat Tanaka. Tanaka rolls back to a standing position, gets turned around by Stan Lane. Oh, spinning suplex. As Stan Lane beats it out of town, turns it over to beautiful Bobby Eaton. Tanaka back up to a standing position. There's a nice fireman's carry from Pat Tanaka. Bobby Eaton catches a kick to the midsection. Tanaka again drives both knees into the back with the arm wrapped around the throat. That is a messed up position. Paul Diamond comes in on the tag. Bobby Eaton whips him to the Midnight's corner. He counters, kicks, and finds his way out. Goes behind, one-arm suplexes Bobby Eaton. Paul Diamond countered quickly by Bobby Eaton. An elbow to the face from Paul Diamond. Diamond gets a hold of him by the trunks. There's a snap suplex. Paul Diamond not doing too badly for himself here. Bad Company in general doing pretty well. Both teams. Stan Lane comes in on the tag. Diamond just rounds him up, but a quick counter from Stan Lane. Inverted DDT. Slammed headfirst into the canvas. Stan Lane rounds him up over the shoulders and in knee to the gut. Paul Diamond followed up with a stomp to the leg. Stan Lane turning things around in favor of the Midnight Express at the present time. Ooh, swing and a miss. Paul Diamond with the Olay, but winds up getting countered again by Stan Lane. But look at this here. Paul Diamond catches a slam from Stan Lane. And right back down to the mat again, but too close to the rope, says the referee. Lane's got to break it up, starts all over again on Diamond. Diamond counters with an arm drag. There's a fireman's carry. This is a solid matchup right here. Two seriously good tag teams. Diamond whipped to the Midnight Express's corner. Chop across the chest. Diamond counters it, misses with the drop kick. Stan Lane rounds him up to a standing position again, takes him up over the shoulders, and oof, nasty driver right there. Paul Diamond looking for the exit off the expressway. Pat Tanaka down to get in there, and here he comes. Stan Lane evades the kick from Tanaka. Rounds him up, another spinning suplex to Pat Tanaka. This time there's a cover. One. Pat Tanaka just woke up and he's not in a good mood. Swing and a miss with the running kick. Stan Lane nails him with a DDT. Tanaka laid out. Lane covers. 1, 2. No, barely just a 2. Pat Tanaka kicking out and he's back up again. Man, he's tough. Headbutt from Pat Tanaka to Stan Lane. And ooh, that was slick. Over the top rope, out to the floor went Pat Tanaka. Quick thinking on the part of Stan Lane, who tags in beautiful Bobby Eaton. Mr. Eaton taking a little bit of time to show off to the fans. Oh no, Allentown's getting a hell of a show tonight. Pat Tanaka catches an elbow. Bobby Eaton catches a shot to the chest from Tanaka. Tanaka gets him in the Dragon Sleeper. Sets him up. Side suplex to Bobby Eaton. Pat Tanaka gets a hold of the trunks. Has him. Ooh! Oh! I don't know if that's the brain buster. I don't know if it was supposed to work that way, but it did. Ow. Chop across the chest from Pat Tanaka. Eaton takes him down center ring into an armbar. The ref keeping an eye on things. Well, looks like, yep, Paul Diamond has seen enough. And here comes Stan Lane. Pat Tanaka still laid out center ring as Lane rounds him up. Tanaka counters with a headbutt. Sweet Stan Lane whips him to the ropes. They collide center ring with no result. Tanaka whipped to the far right corner. Stan Lane catches a foot right to the face. Tanaka misses with the knee. Wow. Quick evasions from the Midnight Express. Here's another armbar. And again, Paul Diamond had seen more than enough. Interceding on behalf of his tag team partner and keeping the match going. Stan Lane stalking Pat Tanaka up over the shoulders and from the fireman's carry into the Michinoku driver. Lane covers, hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. a fraction too late was Paul Diamond. The Midnight Express picking up the win by pinfall.
The time, 8 minutes and 12 seconds. Your winners by pinfall, the Midnight Express. That was a seesaw battle and a half, and it looked like anyone's match to win, with the Midnight Express picking up the win over Bad Company. And I guess Diamond and Tanaka had better train a little harder in the coming weeks if they're gonna be competing on the regular again. I think they performed just adequately. Not up to their usual standards, or they might have beaten the Midnight. It was that close.
I'll buy a piece of that, GB. Pat Tanaka in particular was pretty sharp, but some extra training time certainly couldn't hurt. Lane and Eden just had the better game tonight. Fans, lots more ahead when Snar returns right after the break.